Hi everyone, welcome to Code Kamkaj YouTube channel. I hope everybody are doing good. In the last video, we had discussed about how can we connect HashiCorp Vault with the GitLab CI, and we have seen we have retrieved the sensitive information from HashiCorp Vault into GitLab pipeline log. And if you observe in the last video, while we're creating GitLab configuration, so we have echoed. I mean, we have customized or we have injected the role ID, secret ID into GitLab runner itself. So if you have taken in the best practices into the productionized, whatever we have done, it was only for learning purpose, but it doesn't suitable for productionization. I mean, injecting the role ID, secret ID into the specified directory or specified file instead of your GitLab runner. Because if your GitLab runner has compromised by any attacker, so your entire role ID, secret ID is going to be exposed, and he can easily get the access to your HashiCorp Vault service. So that's the reason it's best practice to configure a role ID, secret ID into your pipeline variable. It can be local variable, it can be global variable, or it can be a CICD variable. So today we are going to discuss about how can we pass role ID, secret ID as a GitLab CICD variable. And there we are going to see how securely we can inject that role ID, secret ID into your GitLab template first, and from there it will from there it will take the GitLab runner, and the GitLab runner we are going to specify a customized configuration template where we have stored all the information related to HashiCorp Vault. So with the GitLab CI/CD available, it will take it and it will go to the HashiCorp Vault. It will get authenticated, and then it will go and retrieve the sensitive information which resides inside of your HashiCorp Vault, and it will put into your GitLab pipeline log. I hope it is clear for you, like whatever operation we are going to do. Now I'm heading back to my GitLab runner. So I don't have any configuration files here. Oh, it has. Let me remove this. Old agent. Sorry. So if you see this one, we don't have a Vault, Vault configuration file into our GitLab runner. So now we are going to refer on a script where we have created, which is a vault-agent.config file. So we are going to keep this file along with our source code. If we come here, if we go to main repository, so this code is resides inside of main branch. So if I come out, so here we have created another file with a similar name with the vault-agent-config.html. So here we have specified in this code, if you see this one, we are passing the role ID, secret ID as a variable, not like a file that we have seen in the last video. Because we would like to inject this role ID, secret ID from our CICD variable. So that's why we have given a copy of vault-agent-config.html file along with the source code. And again, we are going to create the same file into our GitLab runner also, because whenever you run a pipeline, so this file, whatever file it is resides here, it will go and talk to our GitLab CI/CD variable. It will load all the role ID, secret ID, and then it will go and talk to the respected directory where we have created all the like a HashiCorp Vault configurations files instead of this home Ubuntu directory. So for that, I'm going to create a similar name of the file, vault-agent-config.html, and inside I'm going to keep the similar source code, same source code, not a source code, sorry, same config file, my bad. While I'm deciding the source code, I'm keep coming to the name. So I'm going to check the vault IP address. So this is my vault IP address with the port number 59:8200. So I'm going to change it, which is not accurate. Paste it here, and this is my IP address. So here I'm specified, hey, we are passing the vault role ID, secret ID from the CICD variable. You should consider it. So that's what it means. Control X, Y, enter. So we have created two copy of vault-agent-config file. One resides along with our source code, and one resides to our HashiCorp Vault, GitLab agent. So whenever you run a pipeline, what is happening? This file will load, and it will take the vault role ID secret ID from your CICD variable, and it will go into the respected home Ubuntu directory. It will replace with the vault-agent-config.html file. That's what we did it. So it's not going to replace everything. It will go replace only two variables where we have specified role ID, secret ID, which will inject dynamically whenever you run a pipeline. So this is where you can securely inject role ID, secret ID from your CICD variable. Fine. So we have done the creating the vault-agent-config.html file into our along with the gitlab.c.yaml file and our vault GitLab runner. Now it's time to create CICD variables instead of your HashiCorp or instead of your GitLab. So for that, I'm going to this one CICD section. If you come here down, you'll have a setting section. In that section, in the setting section, if you expand it, you'll have a CICD session. If you just click on CICD, you will find a section called as a variable. So here you can keep your vault role ID and secret ID. If I press edit button, if you come here, I can specify is it a variable or a file, or is it going to apply for all environment, you can give wild call it, and it is visible while injecting into your pipeline. No, we don't want to do that because we don't want to expose our role ID secret ID, so it has to mask it. So we have masked it, and it has protected, and it has expanded variable reference. I can give a description for this. And now this is the vault role ID, which is the key, and the value should be matched while we are creating a policy instead of your HashiCorp Vault server. So this is the role ID that we have already created as a policy while we're creating it. So I'm going to replace with it. I pasted it, and I'm going to check any white spaces are there. So no white spaces. And I'm going to save it. So my role ID is successfully saved, and it's time to create a secret ID. So I've just injected the key vault secret key name. If I just expand it, similarly, it has masked it, it is protected, and now I'm going to copy the secret ID from the one I have copied it. I have just copied it. I'm going to replace with the dummy value. So I'm placed it here, which is replaced with it. I'm going to check the white spaces. Now we have successfully created two GitLab CICD variables, and these variables will be injected in during the pipeline execution. So I hope it is clear for you whatever we have done. Now it's time to check the GitLab-c.yaml file. So this is very quite similar than what we have seen. So here we have the vault token file, and we have just echoed it, and we have everything it done. If you see this one, env substitute, here we have replacing the vault agent config.html file with the path where execute this path is into your GitLab repository, and this path is related to your GitLab agent path. So here we have the similar file name, but this is the path is different. And now I just giving the GitLab runner. I just executed all the permissions in the runtime itself. I'm just echoing it whether the vault loads successfully or not. And at the downtime, I'm just calling the same script that we have already seen in the last video. So in this video, we have only changed only two things. This is the two scripts we have changed. So we have replaced the we have replaced the vault-agent.config file, which resides instead of your GitLab agent, with the file which is resides inside of your GitLab repository. I hope it is clear for you. I hope you don't get confused between these two scripts. So now I'm going to run the pipeline. So I'm going to Vault. I'm going to pipeline section. So this repository, this entire source code resides inside of our main branch. So I'm going to switch to main branch, and I'm going to run the pipeline. If I click on new pipeline, it will get run. So now it's retrieving all this sensitive information. Permission denied. So we need to give a permissions for these. Let me go here. I think we need to run this command sudo ch. So it has dynamically, when we ran this pipeline, so it will go and replace its site. So that's why for the initial time you need to give these permissions. So whenever you run multiple times, it won't ask you. For initial setup only, you need to give these permissions. I'll come here, I'll just retry it. Yeah, it has successfully injected, it successfully retrieved the sensitive information from the HashiCorp Vault, which resides instead of our secret. This is the secret we have instead of our secrets data, and this is the name code Kamkaj. I hope it is clear for you. And if you see this one, like we have been running like a sudo ch. This is the command like which will go and replace all the config file which is resides inside of our GitLab agent, and it will dynamically inject the CICD variables from our GitLab along with our GitLab c.yaml file, and now it has successfully retrieved the sensitive information from HashiCorp Vault into our GitLab like pipeline log. So this is how, instead of hard coding everything into your GitLab runner, so you can inject your role ID secret ID from your CICD variable. So this is the best practices if you're working into real time. And this is the only practice you need to follow it. So if you don't want to expose everything into your runner level. Fine, I'm going to stop the session over here. And if you like my explanation, I request you to share, like, subscribe to Code Kamkaji. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.